Welcome guys, here we are for Yoga in the Park. Today is Sunday, it's August 10th, I believe, right? So let's spend the next hour together just letting go, relaxing, focusing on breath and movement, and being out in nature with wonderful friends. All right, down on our backs we go. Arms restful at our sides, palms open, face to the sky. Close our eyes and breathe deeply in through the nose, expanding belly, back, and rib cage on the inhale. And exhaling out through the nose, feeling that same area of the body, contracting and emptying. Focus on feeling our breath moving around the body. Just become aware of our face. Let's relax our forehead. Let's relax our eyes. Relax our jaw. Into the neck, releasing any tension that we're holding there. And then let's guide our breath into our arms and breathe from our shoulders out through our fingertips. Shift awareness into our legs, and let's breathe from our hips right out through the tips of our toes. Guiding our breath into the spine, breathing all the way down the length of the spine, letting our breath weave itself in between each segment. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale behind us. Reach out through that left heel and left hand. Spread out your fingers. Stretch out those toes. And then we'll let that left side relax. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, let it flow back behind us. And now push out through the right heel. Reach out through those right fingers. Spread them out nice and wide. And then let's relax. Now let's stretch out through both arms and both legs. Push out through your heels. Reach out through your fingers. Again, spreading open fingers and toes. And let everything go soft. Let's inhale the arms back to the sky. And exhale, we turn them to our sides. From there, let's bring left knee to chest. We'll give it a nice close hug. And let's point and flex our foot. Let's circle the ankle slowly around. And reverse. And then just allow your foot to rest. Let's move into the hip by circling the knee. And then we'll reverse. And then just keep the knee in as tight to the body as you can. From there, we'll stretch that leg back out to the mat. And let's bring the right knee all the way up to the chest. Flexing and pointing our foot. And slowly rolling our ankle. And reversing those circles. allow your foot to rest. And then from there, circling the knee. And reverse. And then just keep the knee tucked in nice and close to the body. Now let's bring the left knee back in. We're just going to give ourselves a nice tight hug while keeping the shoulders relaxed. Let's rock gently a few times side to side. Feel a nice massage on either side of your spine. And then let's hold center and we'll circle both knees round and round. And from there, let's reverse. And then just keep the knees tucked in. Now, keep the big toes touching, but let's separate the knees just enough so that we've got one knee aimed at each shoulder. And keep the thighs pressed close to your body. We'll do a few more rocks while we're here. And then let's come back to neutral. And let the feet rest on the mat. Now let's space our feet apart about hips distance. Arms at our sides, palms facing up, shoulders pressing down. Let's tighten the belly and as slowly as we can, begin to peel the spine off the mat. So want to lift our hips, making sure we're not feeling any weight transferred into the neck. No discomfort in the knees. And then slowly melt back down. Again, tighten the belly and we'll slowly peel up. Pressing those hips nice and high. Holding on to that bridge. And again, as slowly as we can, making our way back down. One more time, tightening the belly and making our way up. Holding on to that bridge without holding the breath. And then exhaling, we make our way back down. And then so we're all the way down and we can feel our spine restful on the mat. Again, we'll bring both knees in for that good close hug. Feeling the stretch going down the length of our spine into those gluteals. Circling our knees. And then let's go ahead and reverse our circles. And then from there, just keep the knees tucked in. Now as we exhale, let's roll up. And once you've made it upright, we'll enter our easy cross-legged position. Want sit bones on the mat, palms open face to the sky, shoulders falling away from the ears. Then allow the chin to drop to our chest, breathing into the back of our neck. We'll lift the head into back to open the throat. Again, let's draw chin to chest. Lift the head into back, open our throat. Chin drops to chest. From there, we're going to roll that left ear to left shoulder. Let the chin drop and we roll right. Again, dropping the chin to roll left. Drop the chin and roll right. Drop the chin and roll left. And roll right. And then just let that chin rest close to your chest. Let's bring the head back to that neutral place. And then once there, we'll place hands together at heart center. Let's inhale, open the arms and the heart. Exhale, hands come back together. Inhale, let's open. And exhale together. Inhale, open, and exhale together. Once more, inhale, open, wider, wider, widest, and then reach to the sky, and exhale, hands to the heart. Let's inhale to the sky and exhale back down. Inhale high and exhale back down. This time, let's inhale, reach high, and then we'll let the left fingers float down to the mat. While our fingers are resting, we're going to stretch that right hand a little higher. And then let's side bend to our left. And come back up. Again, let's side bend. And lift up. Once more, side bend. Let's sweep forward, reach out. Come all the way up. And we'll let that arm float all the way down. Once there, inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let's inhale, lift again. And this time, exhale, the right fingers come down. Gonna stretch that left hand a little higher. Side bend to our right. And we're back up. Again, side bend to the right. And back up. Once more, side bend right. Sweep forward, reach off to the left, come all the way up. Let that arm float down. Once it's down, let's keep the arms extended and keep those fingertips stretching away on our mat. Lifting the spine. Inhale again to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. And then let's come back into our seated mountain pose. Take one more inhale. Exhale as we soften. And we're ready to transition hands and knees. So finding our way onto hands and knees, we want to make sure we've got shoulders over hands, hips over knees, tops of the feet on the mat. Nice long spine from the top of her head, right out to the tailbone. Foundational hands, make sure fingers are widespread, pressing down into second, third, and fourth knuckles on each hand. Sink our navel, lift our tailbone, lift our head, open our heart cow. Exhale, let's round out the cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Back to neutral. From there, let's extend through the heel of the right foot. Add the left arm forward, and then rotate your palm to the sky. Let's come back to all fours and we'll switch. Now the left leg extends, pushing through the heel, right arm forward, opening palm to the sky. Exhale, lower, let's switch again. Opposite arm extend and reach, palm opening to the sky. Exhale, lower, and we switch. Extend and reach. Exhale, lower, we'll switch again, extend and reach. Now let's bring that right knee in to meet the left elbow, and then re-extend. Exhale, pulling in, inhale, reaching out. Exhale, pull in, and inhale, reach out. Let's come back to all fours, and we'll switch. Left leg, right arm, extend to the sky. Exhale, left knee to elbow, and then extend. Exhale, pulling in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, extend. Now return to all fours. Once there, big toes close, knees apart. Let's push our tailbone way back towards the heels. And as we're doing that, you let your chest drop through the knees and bring your forehead to the ground. Turn palm open to the sky. Flip the hands back over, creating those foundational hands, and we can tuck our toes and start lifting that tailbone. Making our way up into downward facing dog. Allow your head to dangle freely through those arms. Feel your ribcage actively pulling towards your thighs. The backs of your shoulder blades stretching towards those gluteals. Nodding the head yes a few times, bringing up the neck. Shaking the head no. then just allow it to dangle freely. And let's begin to walk our dog, lift and lower each heel individually. And then from there, let's press heels down. And then we'll inhale and move ourselves into our plank. Exhale, return to down dog. Inhale again into plank. Exhale, down dog. And inhale into plank. From there, modify to the knees and the tops of the feet. And then as we exhale, elbows open, chest down, hips down. Now tuck the elbows in, press through the tops of the feet and the hip bone. Go out to the top of the head, so we're lengthening before we rise. Then let's exhale and make our way back down. Inhale, lengthen, rise. Exhale again, lowering. And then inhale, lengthen, rise. Pushing all the way back into extended child's pose. Again, really reaching back with that tailbone, letting the chest drop and the forehead come to the mat. Turning palms to the sky to stretch out through those fingertips and down those lats. Return to foundational hands, tuck the toes, and we're back up into down dog. Again, walking the dog. Great to stretch the feet, the ankles, letting that stretch travel all the way up the back of our legs. And then deep press down with the heels. Inhale, return to plank. We can always modify, or we can lower in one piece, exhaling on the way down, elbows open, chest down, hips down, elbows tuck in. Inhale, lengthen. Tuck the toes, and we're right back up into down dog. Inhale again into plank. Exhale as we lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. And exhale, down dog. Again, let's inhale to plank. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. From there, we're going to take a giant step forward with the right foot, placing it between the hands. So once you feel that you're in a good spot with that right knee directly over ankle, got a nice long back leg, got a straight line from the heel of our left foot going right out to the top of our head. We're going to sink that left knee to the mat and press to the top of our left foot. Extending arms to the sky brings us into crescent moon. Exhale, let's fold forward, returning hands to the mat. Tuck those left toes under, we're back into our lunge. And then we can send our right foot into plank. We'll press back up into downward facing dog. And then left foot steps forward between the hands. And that brings us into runner's lunge. From there, down goes the right knee, pressing to the top of our right foot. And reaching high to the sky. Exhale as we fold forward. We tuck those right toes under, lifting our knee. We're back in lunge. And then we'll step right foot forward. Toes come close, heels apart. And then we're going to slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. Reaching high overhead. Exhale to our heart. Inhale again to the sky. And exhale to the heart. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. And exhale as we sink. Let's inhale, roll up. Reach to the sky. Exhale to our heart. Again, inhale to the sky. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. And exhale, sink to the heart. Now let's step back. Right foot, left foot into plank. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lengthen, rise to cobra. And then exhale, back up into down dog. Inhale to plank. And exhale again, down dog. Right foot forward, left foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, rolling up. Again, let's inhale to the sky. Exhale as we fold. Inhale, look out. And exhale, sink deeper. Left foot back, right foot back into plank. Exhale, let's lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. And exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, roll up. Again, inhale to the sky. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, look out. Exhale, sink deeper. Right foot back, left foot back, plank. Exhale as we lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale again, plank. And exhale, down dog. Right foot forward, left foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, roll up. Reach to the sky. Exhale, to heart. Again, inhale to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look out. And exhale, sink deeper. Left foot back, right foot back, plank. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale again, plank. And exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Toes close, heels apart. Inhale, roll up. Reach to the sky. Exhale to our heart. Inhale to the sky. And exhale, fold in half. Let's inhale, look out. And exhale, sink deeper. While we're here, let's cradle elbows in the palms of our hands, framing our head. Just letting that upper body rest completely on our thighs. Fingers release to the mat. Left foot takes a step back into our lunge. And once we have a good solid lunge, we're going to push left heel down and turn left toes out. Or sorry, right toes down, right toes out. Align left heel with back of right heel. So once we're upright, when hip bones facing forward, we want those shoulders squared out over those hips. And then we can hit our arms. And that's going to give us some real lift. Arms open wide, stay nice and long in the waist, and then let's hinge forward, bringing ribs close to that front thigh. Here's our warrior airplane. From there, let's try lifting to the ball of our right foot, so that brings us to our lunge. We'll send the right hand to the mat. Take a big inhale, and then on the exhale, let's revolve at the waist, sending left arm high. Once it's down, we'll take a step back with left foot. Here's our plank. Exhale, it's lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to that plank. And exhale again, down dog. Right foot forward, left foot forward, toes are close, heels apart. Inhale, roll up. Inhale, looking out, and exhale as we sink. Cradling elbows and palms of hands again, resting ribs on thighs. left foot into our runner's lunge. Once that's well established, let's push the left heel down, turn the left toes out, align our right heel with the back of our left heel, and then we can start lifting with the body. Checking that we've got right knee over ankle, hip bones facing forward, shoulders squared out over the hips, and come the arms to warrior one. Arms can open, stay nice and long in the waist. Begin to hinge forward, bringing us into our airplane warrior. And then let's lift that left heel so we end up in airplane lunge. And we can bring the left hand to the mat. Take a big inhale. Exhale, revolve at the waist. There's our twisting lunge. And then let's exhale and bring the right hand down. Send the right foot back into plank. Exhale, let's lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale. Inhale to our plank. And exhale again, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Toes are closed, heels apart. Inhale, let's hold up. From there, let's extend the arms and find standing mountain pose. Inhale again to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to look out. Exhale, we go a little deeper. And then let's take that right leg and simply stretch behind us. Hip level, push out through the heel. First, we enter tripod balance. We can remain in tripod balance, or we can position that left hand so our left thumb's in a straight line with our left pinky toe. Then we begin to roll the right hip open. We have the right arm reaching to the sky for half moon balance. And then let's exhale, right hand down if it's lifted. We'll step our right foot back, returning us to runner's lunge. Once we feel well established, we're going to try lifting upper body to high lunge. And then if we want, we can add our arms. To walk ourselves around into a wide straddle. So we're going to place our hands directly under our shoulders. Our toes are turned in slightly, heels turned out slightly. We take a big inhale to look out. And then as we exhale, we're going to try to melt down a little bit deeper by bending the elbows, letting the forearms get as close to the mat as we can. Yes, a couple times. Shake your head no. And just let it hang out. Push down into our palms, pushing the arms straighter and straighter. And let's take our left hand, reach across towards the right big toe. Inhale, right arm to the side. And then let's exhale, revolve at our waist for twisting straddle. And then let's exhale, right hand back down. Return that left hand so both hands are directly beneath the shoulders. You're gonna inhale, flat back to look out. And then as we exhale, arms go wide for airplane straddle. Feeling that belly button drawing in to lift us upright. And that brings us into five-pointed star. Feel those fingertips reaching farther and farther away from the midline of the body. Breathing into all the space that we're feeling. And then from there, let's inhale and reach to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, brush the earth, and then inhale, grow into our sunflower. Exhale, let's fold, and inhale, sunflower. Exhale again, fold, and inhale, sunflower. And then let's re-find our five-pointed star. Let that left arm start to lower down towards the hip. Make a nice full circle. You come all the way back into place. And right arm does the same, lowering down, making that full arm circle. And left arm goes again, nice full circle. And that right arm. And then just keep reaching a little bit farther out. Rotate your palms to face forward. And then let's bring them closer and closer together until they finally meet. Place our fingers and then press those index fingers together. So breathe in between the shoulder blades and across the upper back. And then we'll bend the elbows and try to get elbows and forearms to come closer. Deepening that stretch across the upper back. Stretch the arms towards the sky. You want the upper arms to frame our head and stay slightly in front of our ears. Feeling ourselves get a little taller out of the waist. Let's do a slight back bend. And then back to neutral spine. Let's reopen. Let's take left toes and turn them to the front end of our mat. We're going to draw a straight line from our left heel to the arch of our right foot. Keeping our chest and our hip bones facing the long edge of our mat, let's bend the left knee. And let's look out over that left hand. We want to get to that point where we can feel our body weight centered equally into both feet. Lift the left, lower the right, and push your left arm to the sky. And then let's bring ourselves back into Warrior 2. And we'll pull left leg straight. So now we're back where we started. From there, let's begin to pull that right hip right. Stretching that left arm farther and farther away from the right hip. Once we can't go any farther in either direction, we'll send left hand low and right hand high. Here's our triangle pose. Feel the back side of your body pressed up against that imaginary wall. That right hip pressing slightly forward as we roll our right shoulder slightly back. Now we can begin to bend the left knee and decide if you want to place your left forearm on your thigh or reach that left hand to the mat for extended angle pose. take the right arm and start to lower it alongside the right ear with our right palm to the sky for side angle pose. And then we'll inhale the right arm back up. As we exhale, let's revolve upper body, returning us to runner's lunge. Back goes our left foot, taking us into our plank. Exhale as we lower. Inhale, rise into cobra. Exhale, return to down dog. Inhale to plank. You can hang out in your plank or maybe throw in a push-up. And we'll back up into downward facing dog. From there, let's extend through the right heel and try lifting that right leg towards the sky. There's our three-legged dog. And then let's step right foot through the hands, and that'll return us into runner's lunge. Now ready to step left foot forward with toes close and heels apart. Start to bend the knees like we want to sit our butt down. Little tiny chair behind us. As we're sinking those hips down, we want to bring the knees closer together. That way we can lift the ribs from the thighs. Try to add our arms to chair close. And let's inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart. Inhale again to the sky. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale to look out. And exhale, sink deeper. Time to extend the left leg behind us, hip level. Pushing out through left heel. Hands automatically form a tripod with that right foot. You can remain in that balance or move into half moon by aligning right thumb with right pinky toe, rolling left hip open. Adding left arm to the sky. Bring the left hand down if it's lifted. Giant step back with left foot. You bend the right knee, and that becomes our runner's lunge. So once we feel like we have a well-established lunge, let's lift the upper body for high lunge. And then see about adding the arms to form crescent lunge. Exhale, let's fold forward. Once you've made it back down into our lunge, we're going to walk ourselves around into wide straddle. So now we should be facing the other wide edge of our mat. Toes turned in slightly, heels pointed out slightly, hands directly under our shoulders so that we can press down into the palms, inhale to look out. And then exhale, let the elbows bend and the forearms drop. Just sink a little deeper. And then from there, let's press down through our palms, pushing arms straight once again. And let's take the right hand and reach across towards that left big toe. And then we'll inhale, left arm to the side. Exhale, revolve at our waist. There's twisting straddle. And we'll exhale that hand back down. Reposition both hands directly under those shoulders. Inhale, let's press down through the palms, flatten the back and look out. Exhale, opening arms wide. There's our airplane straddle. And then again, tightening that belly as we inhale. lower and circle. And again, right arm lower down, around, open. And left arm, down and around, open. Palms forward, and we bring them closer and closer together. They finally meet. We lace our fingers, we press our index fingers together. Feeling that deeper stretch across upper back and down. And we bend the elbows, and elbows and arms get as close as we can. Inhale, extending arms to the sky. Upper arms frame the head, but they stay slightly in front of our ears. We can feel ourselves getting longer out of the waist. Enter a slight back bend. And then inhale back up to that nice open spine. And let's reopen or start. From there, we're ready to turn our right toes to the front end of our mat. Line right heel with left arch. Those hip bones facing the wide edge of your mat. Bend the right knee. Look out past your right hand. Entering warrior two. Good, now stretch that right arm a little further. Lift the right, lower the left. Push right palm to the sky. Breathing up the right side of those ribs. And then we're back into warrior two. Pulling right leg straight without locking. We return to our circle. From there, our left leg begins to pull up. And over into the stretch, 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 as far away from that left hip as we can. Once we cannot go any further, send the right hand low and the left hand high. Pressing our left hip a little forward as rolling left shoulder slightly back. Triangle pose. So we're going to take one more inhale and triangle. On the exhale, let's start to bend the right knee. And decide whether you want to rest your right forearm on your thigh or reach your right hand to the mat. Bend an ankle. Left arm remains long and reaching, but now we're just going to lay it across that left ear. Their left arm to the sky. For side angle. And then let's inhale, left arm high. Exhale, revolve upper body. Let's come back into runner's lunge. And then we'll step right with that into plank. Exhale, let's lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Again, we could just hang out in plank or insert a push-up. And then we return to downward facing dog. Left leg extends behind us through the heel, reaching it towards the sky. Left foot steps through the hands, returning to runner's lunge. Right foot steps forward as well. Toes close, heels apart. From there, let's start bending those knees and sinking those hips. And again, as we're lowering the hips and bending the knees, we're going to bring our knees closer together. That way we can lift curves from thighs and arms along ears. And let's inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. And then arms extend. right on that spot. And you shift your weight into your right foot. Place your left heel on your right ankle bone, and then let your hands come to your heart. And whenever you're ready, lift the left foot. And move into your very own tree. Got them hooked together in some fashion. I want you to pull down with your hands and then think about opening the heart and opening your throat. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, fold forward. Ribs to thighs. Let the head drop. And then try lifting those arms higher to the sky. Find that focal point for the eyes. You feel the sturdiness of our stance. You feel that core working hard to stabilize us as we begin to shift our weight into our left foot. Placing right heel and left ankle bone, and then letting those hands come to our heart. And whenever we're ready, we're going to grow into our very own tree. Arms lower and hands again hooked together behind. Start by pulling down with the hands, opening the heart, opening that throat. Inhale to neutral spine, exhale hinge. Ribs coming closer and closer to our thighs, allowing us to drop the head. Let those arms extend even higher to the sky. Release. And the arms just dangle down as the upper body is very relaxed. From there, let's place hands on the mat and step back with right foot, left foot. So there we are in our plank. Feeling that belly button nice and tight. Let's keep right shoulder over right wrist and move into side plank. Modify to the side of your right knee if you'd like. And let's exhale back around into our full plank. Making our way up into down dog, where we walk our dog a few times. Press the heels down low, and then we'll inhale again into plank. This time it's left shoulder over left wrist, opening for side plank, modifying to the side of our left knee if we'd like. And we exhale back around into plank. Pressing back up into down dog. Again, walking our dog a few more times. And then we'll press those heels down. And let's inhale our way back into plank. And then back up into down dog. Again, inhale to plank. And exhale to down dog. From there, let's make our way down onto all fours. Sinking the navel, lifting the tailbone, lifting the head, open the heart now. Exhale, deep scoop into cat. Again, inhale, cow. And exhale for that cow. And then let's come back to neutral spine. We'll send the right leg behind us, hip level. Add that left arm forward, opening palm to the sky. And then while we're there, try lifting that left foot. So it's not helping us balance. And then we'll bring left hand and foot back down. And now let's bring the right knee all the way through so it comes up right behind the right wrist. Use your left hand to guide the right heel across the body and lean it at our left hip bone. And then once there, we start to inch that left leg a little farther back. Want to keep the right knee pointing to the outer edge of our mat and begin to sink down, making sure we're not feeling any pressure in that right knee. So we're going to press down through the top of our left foot and the outer edge of that right pinky toe. And then from there, let's make sure we all end up on our forearms. We're going to tuck our left toes under so we can lift the left knee. That brings us into second position pigeon. And then from there, let's send the right foot back into forearm plank. And then from there, see if you can bring yourself up into full plank. And we'll press back up into downward facing dog. And then let's come back down onto all fours. Sink the navel, lift the tailbone, lift the head, open the heart cow. Exhale, rounding calf. Again, inhale, cow. And exhale, round the calf. And then we're back to neutral. From there, let's extend left heel behind us hip level. Add right arm forward. Palm open face to the sky. And then we can try lifting that right foot so it's not helping us balance. And then foot come back down. And now we can pull that left knee through. So again, we're going to aim it at our left wrist and then use that right hand to guide the left heel across the body. Want to aim it at our right hip bone as we open the left knee out to the edge of the mat. Inching our right foot a little bit further back and then starting to sink closer to the mat. Press down to the top of your right foot and the outer edge of your left pinky toe. And then from there, let's all make sure we're on our forearms. tucking the right toes under this right knee. And there's our second position for today. And then we'll take that left foot and just step it back. And there's our forearm plank. And then from forearm plank, let's ease to the knees and the tops of the feet. We're going to melt all the way down into the mat. So start by just resting your forehead on the back of your hand. And then from there, let's extend the arms, stretch them out straight, reaching out the fingers and toes. Let's try lengthening the right leg a little bit more in the left arm and then adding some lift. Not that lower down, and we'll switch. Left leg, right arm, extend first, and then we add our lift. And lower down. And then both arms and legs at the same time. Extend and lift. And then try lowering the legs, placing your hands close to your shoulders, tucking the elbows in close to the body. Cross to the tops of your feet and your hip bones, pulling out to the top of your head and lifting away from the mat. And then we'll push all the way up and stretch back into extended child's pose. Palms again, open face to the sky. And then let's take that left arm and feed it through the right armpit. See if you can get your left shoulder to the mat, and then allow the weight of your body to deepen that stretch. Bring that arm out and let's switch. Pass the right to the left arm, then sleeve up from the shoulder to the mat. Turning palm to the sky. Bring that arm out. And then just stretch all the way out to fingertips, pushing back to your tailbone. And then let's try bringing our arms down alongside the body so we can roll our shoulders towards the mat. From there, hands under shoulders, let's begin to lift up our body. And then once we're up, we can come around and let's have a seat. And we'll start with the soles of our feet together. So we want to rest our feet in our hands. And then we want to start to pull our heels a little bit closer into the body. Let the knees actively pull wider and wider. And keep that spine lengthening with the top of your head being pulled towards the sky. And then as we exhale, we can soften a bit and let's stretch our left leg out straight. Once there, let's put the bottom of our right foot right up against the inner right thigh or left thigh, and then hands go on either side of that left leg. And slowly start to fold forward. So the goal would be to get your belly button down to your thigh. That way the rest of your body will follow. And then we can bring ourselves back up. Once we're up, we'll keep the right knee bent, but now we're going to make it upright. So So start by just giving yourself a nice hug. And then let's take the right hand and just reach it across towards that left big toe. From there, we're going to try to take the right arm and just wrap it around that right knee. Then we're going to come around with the left hand from the other side, getting our hands as close together as we can. We're hooking them together. And then we're going to inhale, sit a little taller, and exhale so we can look over that left shoulder. And then let's exhale and untwist and stretch out both legs. Hands will go on either side of your hips, press down into your palms. Push out through the bottoms of your feet and feel the top of your head pulling towards the sky. So I feel like we're actually going to push ourselves right off the mat. And then let's exhale and we'll fold forward. And let's come up. And then once we're up, let's take the legs wider apart. Push out through the heels of your feet, hands between the legs. And again, let's inch them forward, pushing back through the tailbone. Belly button to mat, that's going to be the goal. Everything else will follow after that. The right leg straight and out in front, and then we'll bend the left knee and put the bottom of our left foot right up against that right inner thigh. Hands go on either side of our straight leg, and then again they're going to inch forward, and we're going to fold down as close as we can to that straight leg. And then once we're up, keeping the left knee bent, but now it's going to come upright. We'll start by just giving it a nice hug. And then let's reach the left hand towards that right big toe. And we'll take the left arm, begin to wrap it around that left knee. Come around with the right hand. See how close you can get your hands together. And then we're going to inhale and sit up taller. That way we can look farther over that right shoulder. And then let's exhale and untwist. And we'll stretch the legs out straight. From there, hands on either side of our hips. But then we're going to inch them a little bit farther behind us. So we've got our fingertips pointing right at our butt. Again, pressing down through the palms, pushing out through the soles of our feet, letting the top of our head pull towards the sky. And then from there, we're going to try to push the bottoms of our feet towards the mat as we start to pull the hips away from the mat, bringing us into our reverse plank. And then let's exhale as we slowly come back down. Good, and then walk fingers forward, push back through the tailbone. One more time, nice fold forward. Slowly up we go. Bend the knees, hands go under thighs. Shoulders fall from ears, belly button tight, back is straight, head held high. Find find your balance. And then feel your belly button pulling in even more so that when we start to extend the legs, we're not feeling any kind of roundness taking place in the back. And then once we found our spot, see if we can reach to the sky. And as slowly as we can, we're going to open. Once we've made it all the way to the mat, push out through your heels, reach out through your fingers. Breathe into all that space. Feel your body go soft. Left knee to chest. Nice close hug in. Let's rest the left foot down. Arms return to our sides, palms up. Then we extend the right leg to the sky. Now tighten the belly and let's slowly lift our spine off the mat. And that becomes our one-legged bridge. And then we'll slowly come back down. And then once we're there, let the right leg cross all the way over the left leg. Open our arms wide to the side. And we're going to let both of our knees drop to the left as far as they will go without lifting that right shoulder to the floor. Set that right foot down. Arms come to our sides. Left leg extends to the sky. And again, let's slowly peel up, making our way into our one-legged bridge. And now we can sink back down. Once your left leg crosses all the way over the right, arms go wide to the side, and then we can slowly drop the knees to the right as far as they will go without lifting the left shoulder. Go ahead and bring the knees back up. And then let's uncross. From there, let's bring both knees into the chest. Nice close hug. There go those side-to-side rocks. And then those easy knee circles round and round. And reverse. Let's extend both legs straight up to the sky. Then let your arms return to your sides, palms facing up. There's our modified shoulder stand. So feel free to stay in this modified shoulder stand, or if you want to venture into full shoulder stand, remember that the abdominals do the lifting and the holding, and the hands should be secondary to keeping you up. And then we're all going to bend the knees. So if you're in that modified shoulder stand, knees to chest. If you're in full shoulder stand, knees to ears, arms to the mat so we can roll down and we all end up with knees to chest. And then again, let's all use our hands to just hug them in even tighter to the body. And then let's begin to separate the knees. Let's bring soles of feet closer together, pulling heels towards the body. And we'll bring our knees back together and allow our feet to rest on the mat. Once down, again, let's let the knees fall open, soles of the feet rest together. Whenever you're ready, you can just extend the legs and find the most comfortable position on your mat to allow you to breathe away any remaining tension. Just create a free flow of air circulating the body. Let's send away all of our anxious thoughts and choose to extend kindness and compassion to all sentient beings.